Hey, it's James Lynch. We got a bit of an update on Tom Aspinall and his surgery. A post here from MMA On Point says Tom Aspinall went through surgery on both of his eyes to regain 100% vision, wishing the heavyweight champ a quick and healthy recovery. And if you go look on Aspinall's Instagram page, looks like the group that worked on his surgery here has a post as well. They say after his highly publicized eye poke injury, Optegra's expert team is proud to have supported MMA fighter and UFC heavyweight champion Tom Aspinall over recent months. We've been working closely with him on his recovery following his operation on both eyes. We'll continue this journey to get Tom's vision back to fighting fitness. So there we go. So that's some good news because, again, we're kind of waiting to see what's going on with Tom Aspinall, and the fact that the surgery is done now, it's February 10th. Let's hope we can get a fight here pretty soon. I'm not an expert on eye injuries or anything like that. I did a quick sort of Google AI search. It says full recovery taking 4 to 6 weeks. We'll see if that ends up happening. But I mean, this is good news. Look, even if you're the biggest Tom Aspinall hater, there's a lot of people out there who say a lot of crazy and wild things here. You should want to see the division moving. So the fact that Aspinall's had this surgery, it's still relatively early in the year. Let's hope we get something booked here soon because, again, what were fans saying? Oh, we got to strip him. We got to do a vacant title, all this stuff. I don't really think that's needed, especially when Aspinall fought at the end of October, right? So it's not like he's been out more than a year here. And I think it's just fair to let him recover a little bit and then they can figure it out. Is this going to work out for the White House? Maybe. We'll see. I mean, I don't know if that's really a fight they want on the White House, but we know some title fights will be involved. But if you're doing the Tom Aspinall fight, it's got to be the rematch with Cyril Gane, and neither guy are American. But again, I think when it comes to the White House, just my guess, I have no insight into this, I think they just want big fights. I don't think it necessarily has to feature an American in every single fight. Maybe it does, but I would think they just want to bring out really big fights here. And heavyweight's always been a very big division for the UFC, no pun intended, but just there's a lot of attraction, a lot of, eyeballs on the heavyweight division as well. So listen, at the end of the day, it is very good news that Tom Aspinall has underwent the surgery. We'll see how the recovery goes, but that's good because this whole thing kind of sucked. I mean, again, if you're Aspinall, you're waiting around forever to fight John Jones. It doesn't end up happening. You fight Gane, it ends in an eye poke in a fight where he wasn't looking that good. And you got to sit on the sidelines and listen to all this stuff. It's tough. So, I think the obvious choice here is to do Aspinall and Cyril Gane. I know there's talk about Pereira moving up. I think Pereira just won the title. Just let Pereira fight Ulberg. Let's just do that fight. It's a fresh matchup. Then he can move up. What's the rush in seeing him move up? I know he's a bit older, but I just don't see the need in putting Pereira at heavyweight right now. I think he should get at least one title defense at light heavyweight. Ulberg makes sense in terms of how things are shaping up in the division. And then after that, we can, get Pereira up at heavyweight. I'm fine with that. I know Yuri and Ulberg wanted to fight because Yuri obviously wants to fight before he becomes a dad. But I mean, again, it's February 10th. We haven't heard anything. I don't think that's going to be a thing. Maybe it is, but we're running out of time there for Yuri and everything else. And if you look at the UFC, they kind of need some title fights here, right? If we look at the calendar right now, if I take a quick look here, obviously we have this weekend off, but coming up after that, I think it's the next 6 events don't have title fights. So if you look at it there, and let's be honest, the next title fight we have is not even, in my opinion, a real title. It's a BMF title, right? So we've got 1, 2, 3. Actually, I guess they are counting. They're not counting the BMF title, so that's good. But yeah, it's still, you're not getting a legit title fight for quite some time at all. Actually, no title fights are booked now that I'm looking at it, unless you want to count the BMF, but I don't, again, really count that there. And I said this on my stream the other day, I feel like the start to the Paramount era, and granted it's only been 3 events, feels a little flat. I think they need some big fights to put together. And I think this rematch, with Gane is a pretty big fight because, again, a lot of people have different opinions on how that whole thing went down. There's also people who now believe that Cyril Gane will beat Tom Aspinall in the rematch. So I think it's one of the biggest fights you can put together just from that standpoint of it being, again, divisive fan base, Gane looking good. There's a lot that sort of goes into that here. So, White House would be ideal, but we'll see where they end up going. If not, this would be a great fight internationally for the simple fact that you've got, Gane from France, and then you've got obviously Aspinall from the UK. So this might be reserved for a international card as well. But if you're looking at the White House, again, and part of the reason that, maybe they don't have a lot of title fights booked either is they are saving some of these for the White House. That could be a possibility as well. But I think we just want to see the division get moving, and that's sort of the big thing here, right? So, I mean, I don't think I'm alone here when I say, the sooner Aspinall can get back and fight, the better it is for the division. We want it to move along. And again, I know there's people that want to see Pereira fight, but let's, I think Gane in himself deserves to just get the opportunity to just get that rematch. And I think fans want a conclusion to that because we didn't get a conclusion. You got fans saying Aspinall is terrible and he's overrated and all this stuff. And it's like, you can't really judge from like just one fight like that. That's why we need to see the rematch. We need to figure it out there. But if you're just looking at the rankings right now, kind of having a look at the divisions, right? There's a lot of stuff like what's going on with Joshua Van. We don't have his fight book. Piotr Jan's injured. He's out for a bit. Volk just fought. Topuria looks like the White House for him, which is great. Again, did a video on that earlier, that his whole issue outside the cage with his ex-wife has been resolved. So looks like he'll be fighting soon. Islam, we don't have any word on him. What's going on with Chimaev? Haven't heard a thing from him. Looks like Imavov should be next, but we haven't heard much. Pereira, what's going on with him? And then you got obviously Shevchenko, Dern, Kayla Harrison, we know will be out for a while. She just had her neck surgery. So yeah, again, I don't blame the UFC totally for how things have gone so far with Paramount because you have a lot of your champions sidelined for a variety of different reasons. So I think the big thing is just, seeing when it's all going to kind of shape out here. But if I was the UFC, I would do the heavyweight title fight between Aspinall and Gane. And then I would do I think Volkov, does he have a fight booked? I was going to say you probably need a backup for that fight just in case. I don't mind the backup option. You never know, right? Yeah, Volkov is not booked. He's probably the next one to get it. Or, Waldo Cortez Acosta just picked up a big one over Derek Lewis. He should be up there too. We'll see. But they should have a backup for that or at least figure out something there. And let's have a quick look at the comments because obviously when it comes to Tom Aspinall, fans are usually pretty reasonable, right? Let's see. Is UFC paying for the procedure? That's a good question. I would think so. Got the Gane gifts here. Yeah, same here. I can smell the comments. Yeah, remember, this is Aspinall's old page there. So yeah, I mean, so far I can't see all the comments, but some of them seem to be quite well. You got a like there from Jan Blachowicz. That's good. Let's go look at Twitter. See how Twitter's looking with the comments here. You never know. Hope for a smooth recovery. Okay, so far so good. Need you back. That's good. I don't see any blood or stitches. Guy told his doctor to give him sunglasses for his Instagram story. Let's go see where this guy's from. I always like checking these out. 30 followers, and he's from Canada. Come on, man. You're making my country look bad. That's not good. Surgery, just some shots and injections, yet there are idiots out there who think he pulled for the fight. Exactly. Get healthy. So that's good. Let's see if we got any more comments as I refresh here. What a clown. Yeah, of course, unreasonable. Cartoon profile photo, and from the United States. So there we go. Anime box art here. So there we go. Do people even still care about Aspinall? Literally went on a whole PR run, getting poked in the eyes, plans on leaving to go box in 2 fights. Why do we care? Gane is winning. Better, at least he will be sticking around. From Suck MMA, seems like a very nice gentleman there from the United States. So, yeah. I mean, I think people do care. I disagree. I think this is, if they get the fight booked soon, I think it's one of the biggest fights they can put on this year is Cyril Gane and Tom Aspinall. So there we go. Tom Aspinall, surgery's done. We'll just wait now on an actual date and a fight and all that. But that's some good news. Again, even if you don't like Aspinall, we should be happy that the division is hopefully moving on with this news. It's not like he came out and said, surgery went bad and now there's a setback. It's good news here that Tom Aspinall underwent successful surgery. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. When do you think the fight will happen? Most of us are not medical experts, but I would hope maybe White House or shortly after that, I think would be enough time. It's February 10th. Hopefully something pans out. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, @Lynch on Sports. My name is James Lynch. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.